I feel like, Jay, you married single moms,
Yes.
and you said towards
I'm
the
a
end that you
serialist.
would advise a 30-year-old, because I felt like that was a turn of answer
Well,
there.
you know, because all right, so
No, I'm just asking just for
yeah,
clarity.
go ahead.
I'm just asking
I
for
would
clarity.
advise a 30 year
Yeah,
old,
you would.
a 30-year-old with his stuff together,
Yeah.
who decides he wants a ready-made family. Go for it.
Okay, cool. And
Yeah.
you're more on the red pill side. You're like, nah, like not so much.
Again, it's circumstantial. Like if we can give one, like life happens. If she's got like a gang of them, okay, look, I don't know that I wouldn't advise that. Life happens. She got one. Okay, fine. And it depends on the circumstances too. Okay, maybe she was married to the guy, long-term boyfriend, or it's circumstantial. But there also on her part that doesn't get talked about is there has to be a value add. She's like, yes, I have a child, but I also have these other value adds in the situation.
And you say that's a bad look for the guy.
No, that could be a good look. Let's say, like, I'll use, like, for example, like, I prize agreeability. Agreeability is very valuable to me. I'd rather have a woman with a child who is highly agreeable than a woman with no kid that's cantankerous. That's a trade-off.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Y'all pussyfooting around this conversation a little too much for my liking. Okay, can we talk about it just a little bit? Okay, because what y'all saying is, what I hear is, don't do it, niggas. Don't do it. All right. These women are going to be a drag on you. You don't know where her baby daddy is. Like, just you're not saying that
problems. There are
what's
problems
being said here, right? So hold on, y'all had y'all chance to talk, and y'all was pussyfooting around it. So translation, don't do it, my nigga, because it ain't worth it, is what I hear oftentimes, which is kind of how this became a topic, because oftentimes red pill guys are telling these other dudes this is what it is. And I'm not saying that's even bad necessarily, right? Because I can get the argument for a guy who's worked himself up, he doesn't have any kids, and he has a vision and a purpose for his life, and so he's moved in a particular way. Okay, you can make that argument. I get that. The problem that I have, though, is that most of the guys who are watching that content aren't that guy. How many guys are really on their purpose? How many guys are really getting to the bag? How many guys are doing all the things that we're talking about this one? I feel like red pill niggas use that as an excuse, low key, because you gotta know, statistically speaking, there's not that many guys out there. Now, if you're speaking aspirationally, cool, right? But what checkpoints are you making sure those guys are doing before you make these? Because some of y'all niggas, I wholeheartedly believe, could benefit from partnership with a woman who just happens to have kids. Like, I was watching Joey Galloway on Oprah. Y'all, as men, we got to be really mindful about this generation coming behind us. These younger brothers are lonelier than they've ever been. Some of these brothers from the age of 18 to 25 have not even talked to a woman in real life in terms of having a real conversation and asking her out. There's a lot of experiences that young men are not having right now. And so, yes, that guy who maybe has a little charm and charisma, hey, focus on your cool, move him to the side. But so many other men are out here lonely as fuck. Maybe that should be a shirt that we make up, right? So cool. You're lonely. You want some steady vagina, right? Cool. She needs a father in the home, right? To me, I just think you got to look at the situation logically. Some of y'all niggas ain't going to aspire to the James Bond nigga that you thought you were going to be. For real, for real. I hate to be the one to tell y'all that. Like, there is honor in being a stepfather, for real, for real. Stepping into the vacuum and holding it down so that the next generation has a chance to succeed in ways that maybe you didn't have, right? Everybody's not going to hit home runs, dog. I'm sorry. All y'all home run wanting to hit niggas out there gonna have your whole life pass you by, and when you look back, what fucking difference did you make to anybody other than your fucking self, right? Yes, a circuit archetype, I get that, but y'all niggas gotta look at yourselves. And the thing I'm pissed about is not even like the rest of them. I'm talking about the guys who are on these microphones having these conversations because they don't make space for y'all niggas to be less than Superman, less than high value, less than him. Everybody be having these him conversations, and they forget the hims out there who are not quite the him that y'all expect them to be, right? So I'm saying for the rest of y'all niggas out there, it's about the person. There are women out there who got some well-behaved kids, some kids that you will love, that will nurture, that you can step in and help, who just need a little extra go-to, a stepdad to step in there. We've heard all of the different stories about dads stepping into lives and changing them, right? We're gonna have a job, a car, and then what else? Right? So I hear the rhetoric. I just think it's dangerous because y'all, I think they apply it or try to apply it to men in general in an aspirational way. And I feel like we missed the point of aspiration could just be finding real love for real. Like somebody's going to have your back for real, for real. You mentioned a ready-made family. Some niggas may not be able to have a family like that to a certain extent. So stepping into that vacuum, or you got a big enough heart, right, to want to help somebody. I get it. It's about sex. It's about this, that, and the third. I just feel like that rhetoric in and of itself can be dangerous if y'all don't put the caveat that Jay was putting on it. Oh, if you're this guy who's this and whatever. But if you ain't him, bro, Y'all, listen, Joey Calloway is ringing the alarm. I saw it. I believe him. The younger generation, bro, they're becoming lonelier, more depression. I mean, I saw these brothers step on stage, bro, and it broke my heart because I'm like, they don't even know how to talk to girls, bro. You know what I'm saying? So listen, maybe you should start off with a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they have snacks.
I mean,
It's a consolation
You know
prize.
they're active. You know what I
Not
mean?
the starter kit.
I'm just saying, like, listen, man, I'm low key. I would add a single mom to the crew if it was me. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How old your kids is?
Right, that's the
You know
question.
what I mean? I got a 4-year-old right now.
Right.
We got to go up from here. I'm not going backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well behaved. Okay.
I get, but you wouldn't do it. You didn't do it. So you get why guys don't do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, I think there's a quality argument that gets lost in the whole thing. They flatten it out. They're not all created equal, right? I think you have to look at it kind of like a case-by-case basis, which is what you were getting at. But I think the problem I think they have in the red pill issue is this particular topic, it's oversimplified.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree. That's well said, right? That's probably the best way to land it right there. Any final thoughts before we get out of here? Start with Delvin. Anything?
Yeah, I think in these conversations, distinctions are important. We can't flatten everything out. We have to make distinctions and talk to those particular points.
Absolutely. Yes,
I'm just going to say that the red pill is leading the community astray. They continue to talk about the male loneliness epidemic is because of these type of conversations that don't pay attention to the nuances or the distinctions or even the caveats of certain things. And as long as you continue to do that, then of course the male loneliness epidemic is going to continue, as they like to call it.
Yeah, I just like to say, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a million times. Okay.
On that note, don't forget to.
Yo, well, listen, but no, I will say, listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man, because this is also another reason why the red pill kind of pissed me off a little bit. Some of y'all niggas are blessed. Like, I feel like when you're blessed, it's a blessing. It doesn't mean like everybody don't get this. If everybody had what you had and what you got, it wouldn't be a blessing necessarily, right? So you're speaking from a privileged position. Just because maybe some of us didn't have to make that choice or we weren't in that position or whatever happened, right? But then when we speak on it, we speak down on it as if that couldn't have been another choice. So that's the problem that I have. You know what I'm saying? I feel blessed and I love. Like, I love love. And I want other people to have love. You talk about the 90s R&B, I still believe in love for real. Like, maybe that's still the simp in me, I guess. But the idea of loving another person, that still it's important to me.